Hey, good morning and welcome to another new episode. Today we're going to be doing Throne of Miscellania and Royal Trouble. I'm going to try to just knock those out back to back, and then we're going to do some more Slayer grinding. Shock. Needs to be done. Alright, I need my full Graceful kit, probably a Draman Staff, which looks like it's already in my inventory, and then I'm going to look at what else this quest requires. Iron Bar. Oh man, I really gotta organize my bank soon. I'm running out of space. I think I turned all my logs into planks, so I gotta go get a plank. Pickaxe. I don't know when I got a second rune axe, but that's good in case I ever die with one. Any non-silver ring. Why? Hold on. Now I'm curious. I have to give someone a ring. Okay. Probably use one of these ones. Flowers can be bought from a flower girl in Miscellania. Female, we need a cake. Chocolate cakes also work. Alright, well that simplifies things. So let's teleport to Arduin, grab a cake, grab some logs. There's a cake. I should just like farm for 100 logs and put them in my bank at some point, because I need logs for all sorts of things. Logs, iron bar, pickaxe, ring. Flowers can be bought in Miscellania. Okay. Take the rowboat from Relica to Miscellania. I guess there is a fairy ring teleport straight to Miscellania, but whatever. Now I know. Alright, what are we doing here? Go to the castle courtyard. Flower girl, what's up? What are you doing? Selling flowers, 15 GP for 3. Would you like some? Yes, please. Go. Get upstairs in the castle. Where are stairs? This place reminds me of a song in the Final Fantasy V soundtrack. Prince Brand and King Vargas. And King Vargas is like... he looks like a yeti. Who goes there? My name is Ralton. Will you let me through? King won't give an audience to anyone except a worthy hero. I'm a member of the Heroes Guild. Does that not show my worth? Nice. Quest prerequisites. Who seeks audience with the king of the fair land of Miscellania? None of these lands is Ralton. Come in search of a quest. Pleases me to see such enthusiasm. As once an adventurer such as yourself, even while fulfilling my duties as king, I would roam the lands in search of adventure and strike down mighty foes with a single blow. Too daring, attempted to brave the Icelands, and finally met my match. I survived, but I was cursed for the rest of my life to stay in this form. Okay, that's why he looks like a Yeti man. Got it. Looking for someone to rule. Miscellania would rest in capable hands with me. You are bold, Ralton. When I have yet to see a good ruler who is not. Have to demonstrate your worth. You're a good warrior, that I don't doubt. Ruling also requires a good grasp of diplomacy. Been at war with neighboring Etcetaria for hundreds of years. Both of us have lost our appetite for hostilities. You can negotiate peace with them, you will have shown your skill as a diplomat. One more matter to discuss. The miscellaneous tradition, one may not become ruler of the kingdom if one is not part of the royal family. You'll have to convince my son, Prince Brand, to marry you. You see, this is a mere formality? I'm sure he won't be able to resist your heroic charms. You can ask Grim for advice. That's what he's here for. Interesting. Okay. Enter Prince Brand's room. Tell him about your goal of becoming the ruler. I'm sure you're aware your father the king is seeking someone to rule the kingdom. Put myself forward, but in order for me to become ruler, you have to marry somebody in the royal family. Yes. Ha 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 ha. What interest would I have in a crass adventurer like yourself? What would you know of the poetry that flows through my veins like an avalanche through a peaceful mountain village? You may find I know good poetry when I see it, Your Royal Highness. If you impress me enough, I'll consider marrying you. Composed a poem. Would you like to hear it? I got up this morning and had an egg for breakfast. Fight was weaker than a card. Be still, my heart. Glad you liked it. Surprised you don't have hordes of women vying to be your bride, Your Highness. What do you think that might be? They're all already married. No one's ever heard of you. They don't understand your poetry like I do. Good answer. Practice the harp? I see you have one over there. Yes, I play lyre and harp, and I compose songs, poems, and sagas to move you. Father doesn't think much of the art. You will be the greatest bard. I'm so glad you agree. Let's try using the clap or cheer mode, it looks like. It's nice to be appreciated. Use the flowers on him. Are these for me? Really? Yes. Thank you, they're lovely. More poetry in your soul than I first thought, madam. I'm flattered to hear you say so. You have not yet told me your name. My name is Ralton. You shall call me Prince. Very well, Prince. What's the saga? Would you like to hear it? I don't know how much time I have. Don't worry, it's quite short. Once upon a time there was a prince, and Brand was his name. He always had a song in his heart and a rhyme in his head. He became the world's greatest bard, delighted one and all, with songs and sagas, and Brand was his name. How inspiring! It's not a saga. I think my ears are bleeding. Selling Ring of Property, 30 mil. I love some of the text in this game. How would you do if I became ruler of Miscellania? I'd never concern myself with such trivial matters as those involved in ruling a kingdom. A much nobler pursuit, to be sure. Why'd you decide to become a bard? Poetry and music always fascinated me. Drawn to them like a moth to an over-enthusiastic mage who set himself on fire. How poetic. What level do you need to cook cats? I love all the, noob questions at the bottom. Give him a cake? Is this for me? Really? Yes. Thank you, it's lovely. I'm growing quite fond of you, Ralton. Could it be, my prince, that you consider wedding a crass adventurer such as myself? Not yet, my darling. Let us say my heart is a maze of inescapable tunnels, and you are the light at the end of one of them. Blow kiss, it looks like. Flatter me, my darling. Couldn't possibly accept this ring. Did you ever compose any poems yourself? There once was a man from Varrock. Oh. I wouldn't presume to have the skill. It takes great skill and inspiration to be a great poet such as myself. I wrote a song about you. Would you like to hear it? I'd love to. Your hair is like a waterfall, or perhaps a bramble bush. Your eyes are like an ocean on which I want to sail the ship of our love. That was lovely. I'm touched. What do you think of your sister? We don't always see eye to eye, but she understands my art better than her father. Lumbridge? No, I wouldn't be seen dead there. They're really just like checking to see if you're following a guide with some of these, I think. I couldn't understand as well as you do, my darling. Hello, dear. Hello, darling. Is this for me? Really? Yes. Prince Bran, will you marry me? My heart is an open book to you, my darling, and all the pages say yes. Yes. To put off the actual ceremony until we can find a priest, you can tell my father I've agreed to marry you. Hooray! That was funny. Majesty. So it says the time you finish the quest is the reset time for it in the future, so actually probably should be finishing this earlier in the morning to make sure that my reset time is usually before I wake up, but I could probably do it this way and just delay it by a day. Talk to Advisor Grimm. How do I make peace with Esoteria? Go talk to Queen Sigrid. Queen Sigrid, hello. Hello, Your Majesty. I come for a particular reason. I'm a busy queen. To attend the opening of a new orphanage. This afternoon I'll be receiving the ambassador of Karamja, accompanying him on his week-long tour of Esoteria. This evening we'll be putting on a grand ball. Nothing ever happens here. I always wanted to be a princess when I was a girl. If I'd been told it'd be like this, I wouldn't have bothered. Your Majesty. I've been sent by King Vargas to negotiate a treaty. Peace sounds like a nice idea. You will, of course, have to recognize Esoteria officially as a sovereign nation. That isn't already the case? Last time we met, he called him a pompous old fool for thinking he was still worth anything as an adventurer. He immediately declared war. When he realized neither of us had an army, he was ever so angry. Set off for the Icelands to prove me wrong, and well, I expect you saw what happened to him. Yo, Your Majesty. How are you getting on? Have you talked to Queen Sigrid? I have. She says she'll agree to peace as long as Miscellania recognizes Esoteria as a sovereign nation. Tell her I'll officially recognize her country as soon as she changes the national anthem. Why is that? It's insulting. The title alone, You're Stupid, We're the Best, should be enough to give you an idea. Sure, I can convince her there are better anthems. Check if I can access the bank over on the east side of the island, because it looks like I'm going to have to start gathering resources here soon. Oh, there's teak here. That's cool. And mahogany. Mahogany, like, right next to a bank. Holy shit. Did not know that was there. I can totally access it. Perfect. Yo, have you talked to Vargas yet? He says he'll recognize the country when you change your anthem. It's a great anthem. I composed it myself. Listen. You're stupid, we're the best. Esoteria beats the rest. Queen Sigrid is very pretty. King Vargas is a fool. Hey, naughty naughty. Afraid he insisted, Your Majesty. Well, it can't be helped. I have to find a bard to write a new one. There isn't a bard to be had for love nor money in Esoteria. Nice. Okay. Damn, I did all of that farming guild mahogany grinding. Really should have been doing it here. It is like literally right next to a bank. It's okay. I think it's going to be way more logs that we have to farm to get to Quest Cape anyway, so I want to get those logs for construction later. Prince Brand. Need someone to compose a new anthem for Esoteria. Come to the right bar. The right one for you immediately. Take your time, really. No problem, I'm already done. Etcetera, Etcetera. Oh, what a great country it is. Etcetera, Etcetera. So I wrote a song about it. Somewhere in the sea, and it looks very nice. If it weren't for your ancestors, it wouldn't be there at all. When things aren't going too well, we sing this lovely song. We'll all feel so much better, it won't take very long. Oh my god, he rhymed. It's lovely, thanks. Don't mention it, darling. Awful anthem. Hey, Advisor Grimm. Prince Manor composed a new Etcetera anthem, but it's awful. May I see it, please? Okay, he adjusted it. Good anthem. Nice. You found the new anthem yet? Yes. Let's see now. Etcetera, Etcetera. Our country, we are proud. Etcetera, Etcetera. Let all sing its name out loud. Rising high above the water, the jewel of the north, our mothers and our fathers to build this land came forth. In times of darkness, sing praises of our land, and in our hearts we can be sure our victory is at hand. That's pretty good. This is quite good, I'm surprised. Here's a treaty declaring what we've mutually agreed to. I've already signed, so all it needs is King Vargas' signature, and it'll be official. Awesome. King Vargas, your majesty. You convince Sigurd and have a treaty awaiting your signature. And I'll be able to hold an ordinary pen well enough to sign the treaty. I'll have to find a pen large enough for me to hold. For someone named Derek up here. Derek. Derek, I have a strange request. Can you make a giant pen? Giant novelty pen. The size of a helmet should do it. One giant pen nib. Use logs with it. Giant pen. Just the dude's using a log. It's pretty great. Yo, King Vargas. Your Majesty. Found me a pen yet. Here it is. Flourish, I signed the end of the rivalry between our two proud kingdoms. Has my son agreed to marry you? He has. He tells me the population is not yet very supportive of the idea of having you as ruler. Try to gain their support. How do I gain the support of the population? King Vargas often go and help out his subjects in daily tasks. He's still able to do so, and they loved him dearly for it. 25% of the population supports you. You need 75%. Okay. Definitely need to get coal anyway, so go do that. Oops, I need to go up. So you can also get it from chopping down the maple trees, so I don't think I really need maple for anything. You mine some coal and give it to Miner Magnus. Okay, so I guess it doesn't really matter then. This does not grant XP. Okay, so maybe the mahogany is not that great. It's going straight to support. You see how quickly I can do maple logs by comparison? This feels pretty slow right now. Comparably slow. Alright, we'll do mining. It's fine. I don't think the Varrock chest would really help me that much here. Don't trouble yourself further, you've already done so much. Alright. 100% support. Let's go cash it in. Do royal trouble. Your Majesty, tells the population will be glad to have you as ruler. Seen no reason to delay your regency. Please proceed with the ceremony. Gather here today to witness the rise of a new hero to the regency of the Kingdom of Miscellania. Continue the work of our great King Vargas, who is unfortunately now no longer able to rule. Powers invested in me by the Miscellaneous Constitution declare thee, Ralton, to be the new regent of this fair kingdom. Sweet. Is that it? That's it. Wish you luck as regent. Speak to Grimm if you require assistance. Sweet. Subjects will collect resources for you. I want to set them to mining. How do I manage the kingdom? Fellow subjects work hard to collect resources for you. Every day they bring what they've collected to the castle. Resources they collect are coal from the rocks to the north, maple logs from the trees, herbs from the garden, tuna and swordfish. Every day, 1/10 of the money in the coffers distributed to them. Maximum of 50,000 is paid to your subjects. Coffers can store up to 5 million GP. Approval rating affects your payback. Choose how much of their efforts your subjects devote on each resource. Copy your book. Subjects haven't collected anything yet. Let's do mining. Oh, they're like marked as idle. That's interesting. Because I want coal. I don't want to have to gather my own coal because coal sucks. Deposit in the coffers. Let's do 100,000 for now. Maybe I'll try to gather the maximum amount later. Go do some pickpocketing. Okay, cool. Thank you, sir. And there should be another quest if I talk to King Vargas. That fool Sigrid, what does she think she's doing? Excuse me? I'm rather busy at the moment. What's going on? Better talk to Grim. Yo. Anything been happening in the kingdom recently? People have worried that war will break out again. King Vargas has found himself a little to do now that you are the regent. He intended at first to return to adventuring. He's not had the doors of the throne room enlarged so that he can leave. So what's he been doing? I'm trying to rule once more in your absence. He's once again quarreled with the Queen of Etceteria. Two of them have been writing letters to each other, threatening to raise armies and declare war on each other. I see. Royal Highness, I suggest you deal with this matter. Reconcile the two of them again. Such a quarrel is not good for Miscellania. Alright, I'll sort it out. Talk to the prince and princess to find out more about the situation. Alright. Yo, Prince Brand. Welcome back, my darling. Haven't managed to find a priest for our marriage yet. That's a pity. We're discussing it in the throne room with a cutscene. Ooh. Father Grim told me to talk to you about the situation in Miscellania. What's happened while I've been away? It's terrible. Father's been arguing with the Queen, managed to start a war again. It's awful that your work has been undone by such an accident. What do you mean by an accident? If Father had anything to occupy him, he wouldn't have got bored and decided to argue with Queen Sigrid again. What would you suggest he do? Can't have him declaring war all the time. Finally show him that archery isn't a cowardly skill. If only we had an army, we could prove ourselves against the Etceterians. I have a better idea. Better than archery? Persuade our father and Queen Sigrid to marry. Think of the poetic irony of the situation. I can write their wedding hymn for them, was the best part. Today is a happy day, we are getting married, our national anthems are wonderful, won't you sing this song? Not sure that's a good idea. I think it'll work. Perhaps it's not an idea, but since we don't have an army, we can hardly declare war. Are you sure it'll work? Two people start out hating each other and end up falling in love. It's a classic tale. Doesn't always work. We don't have an army, so it's our best hope. Sure, I'll talk to them. Why not? I'm sure you'll manage to do it, dear. Sorry. Talk to King Vargas. Yo. You want to marry Sigrid? What are you busy with? Affairs of state and so on. I'm supposed to deal with those once you appointed me regent. Not that much for me to do here these days. Affairs of state you're dealing with. These involve starting a war with King Sigurd? Queen Sigurd? Some of Frodi's barrels are missing, many of Magnus's crates. Leif says he's had stacks of wood disappear. As you are the regent, you should investigate what's happened to these missing resources. Right away, Your Majesty. Talk to the citizens and find out what's been happening. Interrogate the citizens of Esseteria to see what they know. Okay. Good day, Gardener Gunhild. Vargas tells me things have been going missing from the kingdom. Esseterian soldiers came and demanded tithes from us. You're the only person we give any of our goods to, so we refused, and on the next day some of our goods have been stolen. Okay. Spoken to the citizens. Spoken to the Miscellanean citizens. They say the Esseterian army demanded tithes from them and took some of their goods even though they refused. What? Sigurd's planning to invade, is she? Perhaps she's claiming Miscellania as part of Esseteria. Go and talk to Sigurd and ask her what she thinks she's doing. Where does she get an army from? Grab my combat gear. Don't need pickaxe now. I need 5 coal. Anti-poison. Oh shit, I need to recharge my prayer. I didn't even realize it was almost empty. Can I get back here quickly? Get back here quickly-ish. Alright, well, I'll talk to Queen Sigrid and then we'll probably come back. I just need to have 10 empty inventory spaces, so I guess I need to put this stuff away. Should be more than 10. Okay. Get Rada's blessing. Hold up. What are the other Fremennic hard diaries, I wonder? 75 thieving, 66 herb lore. Yeah, that's rough. Queen Sigrid, what's the deal? Competent, I'll give him incompetent. Heard from King Vargas, relations between Esseteria and Miscellania are none too cordial at the moment. Idiot Vargas decided to take a hand in ruling Miscellania, even though he's handed it over to you, and now he's declared war on Esseteria again. Those insults I made about his parentage haven't helped. Can't excuse what he did to my citizens. They told me that items of theirs have been taken. I'm sure Vargas is behind it. Of course, it's my duty. Good. Talk to the citizens, I'll tell you exactly what happened. I know for myself that the pressures of ruling are immense. Like, step outside and talk to one person. Tilda. Excuse me. Queen Sigurd tells me things have been going missing from the kingdom. Can you tell me anything about this? You haven't heard about that till now? I'm surprised. Well, Miscellanean soldiers came and asked for tribute. I told them to leave. They came back the next day and stole my hat. It was a wonderful hat. Mithril reinforced, you see, with a special split bark brim to keep the sun off. Please get it back for me. Let's see what I can do. Talk to the citizens yet? Yeah. Esseterian citizens said Miscellanean soldiers came to their houses and demanded tribute. Vargas, you treacherous snake. The Miscellanean citizens said Esseterian army marched into their fields and demanded tithes. What? Vargas isn't content with simply arguing, he wants to start a war. There hasn't been an Esseterian army for centuries. These Miscellanean soldiers of his must have disguised themselves. If I may. One of the hazards of ruling a country, Ralton. You'll get used to it. Okay. Back to King Vargas again. Actually, let me warp out of here. I need to restore my prayer because I'm a dummy. Guess I'll grab a prayer potion just in case. Maybe a quick food. Just in case I make a mistake. CIP. Yo, he's talking to the citizens yet. Said the army's demanding tithes. Sigurd thinks that now I've recognized that Satyria is a sovereign nature, I'll just roll over and play dead when she tries to invade. I'm telling him the same basic thing. Maybe Miscellanean soldiers, they must have come from somewhere. Ask Advisor Grim if he knows who they might be, or where they might have come from. Greetings. King Vargas asked me to talk to you. More about the missing goods. Not sure what you're implying. You advise me where to look for them. So nobody's living in Miscellania have taken them. It's likely that someone from outside took them. The sailor who brought you here from the mainland will be the first to see any suspicious visitors. Talk to him about the recent arrivals on the island. Oh right, he's down here. It's the miner guy. My bad. Talk to sailor. Can I help you? King's advisor said I should talk to you. He said there's been some suspicious people arriving recently. Advisor can be rather paranoid about these things. Anyone visited the island recently? Nobody apart from you and those kids from Relica. Kids from Relica? 5 of them came over here a few weeks ago. They said they were here to see relatives in the dungeons, and they were visiting from the mainland. Why the king kept people in his dungeons? I didn't know Miscellania even had dungeons. Not been used to keep prisoners for a long time. Since the war ended, we've had more people visiting the island. People are just staying in the dungeons, okay. The weather in Miscellania is terrible, and nobody could build houses that could stand up to a strong wind. That Satyria is the same. Decided to live in the dungeons instead? Well, of course, they had to be enlarged first. Still some dwarves working there, making more of the dungeons inhabitable before they move over to work in Satyria. Find the kids in those dungeons. Why are you surprised about this? I thought you'd become the regent. It's not an adventure. I can't be everywhere in Galanor. It's kind of cool that they added a farm build thing to this game. I mean, when was this added, I wonder? Born in Miscellaneous. 2004. Yeah, it's predating a lot of other systems. Daily farm bill, resource allotments type garrison things. Okay, it says getting your rewards from Managing Miscellania counts from last visit, not from when you did the quest, so that's good. It'll eventually approach the time I actually want it to be to pick stuff up. Talk to King Vargas. How do I get into the dungeons? The dungeons? Of course, how could I have forgotten? Didn't tell you when you were appointed regent. It's okay, the sailor explained it to me. The only new arrivals on the island were some teenagers who came from Relica to visit their relatives. I should look in the dungeons in case there are new arrivals to blame. What do I need you to do in the dungeons? Being excavated and the dwarven architects are finding new caves as they go. There have been reports of odd sightings in the new caves. Perhaps they're monsters. You're a member of the royal family, so I know you can rely on you for help. The guard of the dungeon entrance may not recognize you since he was only hired recently. Take this scroll to show you have access to the dungeons. Southeast corner of the palace, okay. Really, there's a marker for it. Sorry, madam, nobody's allowed down there by order of the king. But I'm the regent. I already let me go down there. I didn't vote for you. So much Monty Python in this game. Nobody can go into the dungeons without the king to say so. King gave me a scroll saying I have access to the dungeons. All seems to be in order. Trying to get eaten by monsters. Okay. Ooh, they definitely have some houses down here. Donal in the pub. Oh, cool, there's a legit town down here. Land down under. What do you want? What are you doing down in these caves? I need to work in the excavations. I want to start digging again. I think that's something dwarves are good at. How about the monsters? Huge teeth and flaming red eyes, it was almost the size of the tunnel. You an adventurer by any chance? Adventurer and regent. Did you go and deal with the monster? I don't want to have to face it again if it attacks the town. Of course, dealing with monsters is what I do best. Need to get into the other caves first. There's a crack in the wall where the others are digging, but the rocks are loose and fall on you if you're not careful. Give you a mining prop to keep them from falling. If you get to the wall, you can get further climbing up into a high ledge and crawling through a tunnel. Need to fix the lifts. Broken planks near the broken lift that could probably come in handy. Good luck with fighting the monster. Okay. One sec. Grab a pickaxe from the rocks. Use the mining crop on the crevice. Squeeze through. Give me some agility XP, okay. You can repair the lift using items found in the boxes in the chamber. Pulley beam, beam, rope. Take engine. 3 beams. 2 ropes. Add 5 chunks of coal to the engine. Use pulley beam on the broken scaffold. Oh, 3 pulley beams I need to take out also. Okay. Use a beam on a pulley beam to make a long pulley beam. Use it with another beam to get a longer pulley beam. Okay. Attach to the scaffold. Oh, okay. That's cool. Oop, don't put it there. Use the rope on the scaffold to wind the pulleys. Use the 3rd beam on the platform. Place the engine on the engine platform. Use lift on the platform. That's cool. Okay. Take the plank, enter the tunnel. It's a tiny tunnel. And we got all this agility. Travel east and use a rope with the overhanging rock to get across the water. Sweet. See the embers of a fire up ahead. Has someone else been in the caves? Search fire remains. Burnt diary. I'll read this. Oh, it's not very long. Property of Armid Brunson. Read at your peril. If you steal this book, my dad will beat you up. Okay. Use the plank to cross the slippery rocks. They really do a good job of establishing this whole use planks to cross things. I think this is like the 4th or 5th quest that is involved in. More fire remains. Add more pages to the diary. Alright, read this and summarize. Teenagers are bad at passing the frenetic trials. Trying for some time, it sounds like. Fathers of me and my friends would never pass the trials. They don't want people helping other people with their trials either. We have to leave Relica. How can they exile us? Interesting. Just don't walk over the vents because they hurt. Okay, we're still on year 5 of the diary. Signy said she heard about 2 island kingdoms that have been at war for hundreds of years. If we get there and make peace, my father finally agreed that we're true Frementic adults. We got to the island kingdoms, they said an adventurer had recently made peace by promising to marry the son of the king. Why doesn't this happen? Why does this always happen to us? Been just a little earlier, I could have married the king's daughter. Or says just because they're at peace doesn't mean they always will be. He says he has a plan. Oh, he's trying to set up them to get them to fight. Have to find the right armor and place it in one of the caves. Father's gonna be impressed with me. Interesting. I want to walk on these rocks, I guess. Let's see. Oh, don't go under them. Stand or walk under them. Fire remains. Final page of the diary. Plans worked. The kingdoms are at war again, and no one knows we were those soldiers. All we need to do is make peace, and the council at home will be so impressed. They'll make us adults right away. Why did it go so wrong? Just about to get the goods back. There are monsters in here. Actually interested. Okay. Going here near that giant snake, I think the others agree with me. Cold and hungry, I can't go back to the town because we got drunk in the inn and couldn't pay. It's so bad we've had to burn bits of my diary to keep warm. Someone please help us. Enter crevice. Cutscene. Meddling kids. Got drunk at that inn. Could have stayed here for longer. It wasn't just me who got drunk. I think you're about to puke all over the barmaid. Rain threw up anyway. Can't help it, I have a weak stomach. You know better, Hild. You said you knew where they were. Now look at us. Cold, we're hungry, and we're lost. It wouldn't have been so cold if Armand had more diary pages he'd let us use. Hey, I have to write down what's happened. Otherwise, Father won't believe me when I tell him. If Father listened to what you say, we wouldn't be here. We'd have passed the trials and we'd be proper adults. Not like he'll look at the rubbish you've written in your diary. Only my father would come and save us. Only someone would come and save us. What if my father's found out what we've been doing? Where am I going to hide? I'm almost smart enough to make a good rock. Act normal and hurry. Hello there. Don't bother me. I said don't bother me. I'm being a rock at the moment. You can't be a rock. I heard you talking to people earlier. What did you hear? Your name's Armand, isn't it? I found your diary. How'd you get it? Give it back. Not until you tell me what's going on. Doing really well and show my father we're true adults. What, by starting a war? What the... Did you read my diary? Yes, all of it. What are you even doing in these caves anyway? Everyone else is scared to come down here. Well, I'm Regent of Miscellania. The king asked me to take a look. You're the Regent? We're in big trouble. Nice impression of a rock you did there, Armand. I'm the adventurer who married the prince. Yep, that's me. Although we haven't actually finished getting married, which is great. You steal those goods from the Etzetarians and the Miscellaneans? But if we disguise ourselves as soldiers, we convinced the king and queen that they were under attack, and it almost worked. It would have worked if it wasn't for that huge snake. Put the things we'd taken somewhere safe so we could get them back when we made peace again. Everything was going well until we got back to that place and a giant sea snake had moved in. Made a nest out of all the boxes and barrels. If you can get rid of the sea snake, we'd be really grateful to you. Got drunk and didn't pay their bill. Sure. Thank you. You've saved us from the brink of death. Please don't tell my father how badly we messed up. Okay. Let's see here. Travel out through the next exit. Planned it so well, too. Go ahead and switch to protection from melee here. Should be fine. I don't think I'll need to use any resources, but at least they don't aggro. One more crevice. Giant sea snake boss room. Whoa. I got a ranged attack on me before I got close enough to it, or I need to clear my poison. Alright, we'll fast forward through this. Looks like it's pretty simple. It'd be nice if I could actually land some hits, though. Here we go. Hey, didn't need to use very many resources at all. The heavy box, big bones. Box it drops. Oh there, are you alright? Who's that? I'm up here above this hole. Well, that's super convenient. Talk to Queen Sigrid. There's a spirit tree patch here, that's convenient. Yo, Queen Sigrid. What's up? Your Majesty, what is it? Found out what caused all these problems. A group of teenagers from Relica came to Etsateria to prove themselves as adults. They said they tried to start a war, which they then stopped and be held as peacemakers. They were the ones who disguised themselves as soldiers. Explains what the citizens said about armies. What about the items that went missing? Well, there was a minor problem involving a sea snake, but I dealt with it and got the items back. Finally, a ruler of Miscellania is willing to do something for our neighbors. Do you have the items with you? Yep. Join yourself to be an excellent diplomat and warrior, not a combination that comes naturally to many. My citizens would like their items back. One of my guards will deal with the items for you, and you'll be provided with a suitable reward. I have a letter I'd like you to give to Vargas. This war was a mistake, and I've made a formal apology. To show our gratitude, the woodcutters and other workers of Etsateria have pledged to add a proportion of what they produce to your treasury. Cool. Should check if it actually lets me gather that mahogany, or if that's like not intended for normal consumption. I have a feeling it's not intended for normal consumption. It's the Queen's Forest. You need her approval to make use of it. Maybe after Royal Trouble I can? I guess we'll see. Doesn't look like you're meant to be able to cut that thing. That's okay. Now I know. So I can read the letter. Not sure if I should be reading this. Shouldn't read other people's letters. Yo, King Vargas. Found the people who took the goods from your citizens. They weren't soldiers after all. They were teenagers from Relica who were trying to prove themselves as adults, who were starting a war and then bringing about peace. Why did they just go through the trials? Those are the ones the council warned me about. Some of their youngins are impressively useless. Too many for me to carry. Spoke to Queen Sigrid. She gave me a letter for you. She said it was a formal apology. Do you have the letter with you? Defeated that sea snake? Sigrid seems rather impressed with that. The caverns underneath her palace are joined to ours. Should you join forces, develop them for more houses? What's wrong, Your Majesty? She says if I weren't a Yeti, she might want to get to know me better. Since we're both warmongering fools, she thinks we'd get on well. So she has a point there. Brand's suggestion worked, and I didn't even do anything. Nothing, Your Majesty. Okay, so I guess this is another dangling plot thread. They could resolve him being cured from his Yetiness. Etsaterians are grateful for your help and pledge some of their resources. Talk to Grim to deal with those just as before. Hooray! 1 quest point, 20,000 coins, 5,000 agility, Slayer, and hit points XP. I guess the Slayer XP is kind of nice, right? That's like like an hour of slayering. Oh man, it's so little in terms of getting us to the next level. It's interesting because I feel like Slayer, what makes it brutal compared to other skills is that like leveling up Slayer doesn't necessarily make you faster at getting Slayer XP. Like as you level up woodcutting and farming and stuff, like you get access to new things that are better XP rates, but the base XP rate for Slayer might even get slower as you level up, depending on what sort of tasks you're getting, you know? I guess you have to level your combat and have a shitload of cannonballs to make Slayer fast. Alright, cool. Collect. It looks like I really should have like the maximum amount of money in here possible. So I might need to go get money. Oh, interesting. I've assigned all that I possibly can to mining, but I still can assign more to other things. So I need mahogany logs, although I'm going to get those from woodcutting myself. Try to go for herbs, for herb lore leveling later. If I wanted to get some money, that would involve pickpocketing. That's super slow and brutal. I'm just not going to worry about it for now. Alright, so I think I'm going to take a break, and then when we come back, we're going to do some Slayer grinding. Gotta get it to 69, so we still need another 8 levels. Big woof. But I'm glad we got a couple quests done. It's exciting. This dude carrying a giant cake in a cow costume. It says RuneScape on it. Huh. Alright, see you in a few seconds. Hey, we're back. Let's go do Slayer tasks. So I guess we gotta go to Fossil Island for this, and it's a little bit complicated. We can't pray against all damage is part of the problem, and the other part of the problem is that we need magic resist. So I think we want to take range to fight them. I have to buy more broad bolts soon. Hopefully that'll work. Okay. Then I'm going to want some food, possibly some prayer potions. I can avoid using prayer potions, that would be great. I'll burn a dig site pendant to get some more ruby necklaces later. We'll see how this goes. I'm a little worried. Fortunately, we only have to kill like 20 of them, so could be worse. Alright, I need my fungicide spray too. God, there's a big chest here. I need to carry 2 more of them after that. Let's see how this goes. Ancient fungi. I wonder if I can force them to only use a ranged attack. I don't worry about it. Yeah, I don't think I can. I don't think I can flick prayers here. I don't know whether the enemy's going to use a ranged attack or a melee attack. I could make a bunch of dig site pendants. I could do this really easily and just keep warping out with the cloak. Oh yeah, I gotta use the fungicide spray. It dropped a bunch of shit, that's kinda cool. Noted herbs, huh? Interesting. Okay, well, I only need to kill 19 more of them. I have to think here. Like, one solution would be to make a bunch of ruby necklaces, just have a bunch of dig site pendants and Castle Wars teleports. So I don't have to burn through all of my tuna potatoes. I'm going to switch these to lobsters. It'd be nice if there was an altar on Fossil Island. See if I can safe spot it somewhere. Yeah, this could work. Maybe? Oh no, it runs away. Okay, if I can... flick, that makes things way easier. So I'll probably leave really quick to go restock. Fill up my prayer. And we'll come back. Mushroom spore, Mortmire fungus. Yeah, this is way better. I'm gonna refill my prayer first. Mortmire fungus will be good. We'll use those to make those super energy potions. Oh, cool. Can drop 5 noted Mortmire fungus. That's pretty neat. Ooh, grimy Torstal. Needs 75 Herblore. That's not happening anytime soon. Alright. Oh, wait. Do I still need one more, technically? Huh, I must have miscalculated. Alright, I'll kill another one. I thought it was like slightly more than 20. I wasted a bunch of prayer in the last one thinking it was the last one. Hopefully I can flick however much more I need, you know. There it is. It's 21 total. 49 Slayer task gives you 18 points, giving you a total of 200. Turn to a Slayer Master, and we got 5 noted Mire Fungus. Very cool stuff. Let's see what task number 50 is. I don't think that I can ever get a cave horror task from her, so if I want to get my black mask, I might need to do that like manually. Just go fight them. Seems like now's a good time to do it, because after this next task, I'll be able to unlock the Slayer helmet recipe. I think I will do that. Let me get a couple other things I need to do first. I'll go see what her new task is, and then I think we'll go try to fight cave horrors and figure out like what we need to do to fight them. Hey, that's cool. 50th Slayer assignment is 50 Onco, which is going to be easy peasy. And then we should have enough Slayer points to be able to make the helmet, which should speed up Slayer leveling from that point forward. But to make the helmet, we need a black mask, so I'm going to go do that. Get some feathers out real quick. Check something real quick. Now I'm broke, but that's okay. We'll do some money-making stuff later. Alright, let's get out that Witchwood icon that we bought. I think we actually did buy that about 400 hours ago. Where is it? Witchwood icon. Okay. Need a light source. Bring some food. Prayer potions. One is probably fine. Alright. Hey, level 60 agility shortcut over here. That makes life easier. You must complete the elite tier of the Mauritania Diary to use the shortcut. Boo. By that point, I wouldn't need it anymore. If you look in the cave entrance, you can see it's very dark. There are large creatures moving around in there. I'm fully prepared. I need to go get food, weapons, and a light source. I want to find something to safe spot these things around. There's mushrooms you can use. That didn't work great. I don't know, what is the best safe spot? I think this is a pretty good safe spot here. Let's chill out for a bit, see what happens. Get some ranged XP, nothing else. Oh, there's a hard task to fight one of these. That's cool. Thinking about doing the hard Mauritania diary. It's not that hard. Kill a cave hoarder. Yeah, we need king. Oh, 70 prayer. That's the hard part. Okay, never mind, maybe. Oh, cool. Rune dagger. Alk that. Oh, shit. Oh, jeez. Okay. I gotta be careful, apparently. Easy to accidentally walk out. Hey, so a hard clue scroll just dropped, so I want to go do that to make sure we don't burn it. But I'm going to take a break, and we'll be back in a few seconds. See ya. Hey, I'm back. We're going to do this medium clue scroll real quick, and then I'll come back and we'll keep fighting cave horrors and see if we can get this drop. The fact that they drop clue scrolls is good news. CKP. Hey, there's a casket. Let's see what I got. Come on, big money. Worth 220,768 coins. Oh my god, are those the purple pants that match my purple shirt? Oh, they totally are. Oh, that's rad. Nice. Oh, fantastic. Cool, so I got a prayer bonus on my pants and my shirt now. Living the dream. And I'm all purple. Fantastic. Alright, back to business. Let's get back to those cave horrors. Let me deposit some of this stuff really quick. Ready for tile marking. I got lost, but it's because I had flipped the map to face south. Now I remember. Alright. Pop in if anything interesting happens. Watch the next one drop another hard clue scroll. Right, we got a full inventory. I'm gonna go drop this off. Also, these guys drop their heads often, so I might switch to the Archaeus spellbook and just bring some like one-click teleport. In fact, I think I will do that. And we can just animate those as they drop, save some inventory space. Need to figure out what I need to... It's nature, body, and soul runes. Okay. Hey, ranged 71. We're probably going to get to 75 pretty easily, even though it's not a specific target. Although now, this is kind of exciting. I think now ranged will actually start contributing to our combat level. At least quite a bit more than it was before, because it is now the same level as magic. It's kind of a bummer. It didn't occur to me that, like, if I'm doing this bury or reanimate heads thing, then I no longer have the spellbook to cast high-level alchemy, so it doesn't really save me inventory space, especially now that I'm not getting 4 cave horror head drops in a row. Oh well, maybe one will drop before I have to leave. Hey, there's a head. Let's try casting it for the first time. Reanimate horror. Soul horror head. Cool. Apparently I should speak it out loud more often. And then RNGesus will repay me. Another clue scroll. We're at 358 kill count. The drop rate for the mask is 1 in 512. I think I will probably stop if I get to 512. Whether it's dropped or not. And just say, hey, we got a bunch of herbs and stuff. Well, let's go ahead and do this clue scroll. See what we're doing. I have no idea what this is. Alright, so next clue step requires a rune heraldic shield, which I think I can make, but it involves my player-owned house, so I'm going to try to do that real quick. I need 4 oak planks, which I might still have set aside from earlier. I don't remember if I needed to make extras of those or what I ended up doing with them. I do. Fantastic. Hopefully I have enough money in case I need to build a room for it. I guess it goes in the workshop, it should be fine. Forgot that you need a shield and easel to make furniture. It's okay, I should bring the shield with me anyway while I'm in there. Cool, painted my shield. Which means it now takes up multiple slots, which is kind of a bummer. Does that not count? Hold on. It's a bummer, so they're not talking about this shield, they're talking about something you can only get from hard clues, so I gotta drop this clue. Great sadness. Hey, a long bone. That's cool. I think I've got 2 of those baked now. Yeah, gotta bury these bones. Kill count's up to 424. Still no mask. The expected drop rate is 1 in 512. Got about 50 minutes left in the episode. I'll be back in a few seconds. I think we'll just go ahead and try to get to the drop rate, kill count, and then we'll bail on it if it doesn't drop by then. Too bad this game doesn't have bad luck protection, but I understand why the community might not be happy with that if they added it after the fact. See you shortly. Hey, good morning. It is now the next day. You're playing too much RuneScape when you have nightmares about RuneScape. I had a nightmare that I, was showing my friend some content in this game in a dangerous minigame, and we died, and for whatever reason couldn't get back to our loot after an hour. I really just need to die in this game, so I stopped worrying about dying. But, 471 hours in, we're not a hardcore account, or medium core account, apparently. I think I already summarized this before I signed off last time, but we're going to try to reach the cave horror kill count. We're at 425, so about 100 more. That'll probably end the episode. Hopefully it ends on a happy note, and we'll get the mask to drop. I have a feeling it's not going to happen, which is too bad. But we got a lot of herbs, and, got a lot of prayer XP. That we wouldn't have gotten otherwise. We're getting a shitload of ensouled horror heads. I think I'm actually just going to go until we get to hit point 68, because that should also get us to range 72. And it's not that many kills above the 512 kill count. We're at 437. We need 113 more kills to get that hit points and ranged threshold. And that'll all be useful going forward, so it won't be a waste of time. It's got our rune dagger. Every time I get a yellow drop like that, I get kind of excited. No dice. So, you start to panic once you get close to the drop chance and you still haven't gotten a drop. I was reading about the superior version of the cave horror, the cave abomination, which I think only spawns on task when you buy that power-up. There's a power-up you can get from Slayer Masters. It gives you a 1 in 200 chance for a boss version to spawn. I think I want that. I want to unlock that, but it looks like it only applies on task, so next time we get a task that has a creature that can have a superior variant, I might go ahead and pay the reward points to unlock that, especially if I don't end up spending them here on the Slayer helmet, because I don't get lucky enough to get the mask drop. The unfortunate thing is Konar never gives cave horrors as an assignment, and I assume the reason she doesn't is because they only ever spawn in this cave, and her whole thing is that she gives you monsters that spawn in multiple places and tells you a specific place you have to fight them. But anyway, we got 75 kills left. It's going to take us over time for the episode, but it's okay. Maybe it'll drop. Ooh. I feel like prayer is such a boring skill that you would level up so fast if you had access to the market board or the Grand Exchange. I mean, I would just... If I wasn't doing this Tin Man thing, I would just buy stacks and stacks and stacks of ensouled heads, and it'd probably be like 70 prayer or higher by now. Well, I've gotten 265 nature runes from these guys so far. It's pretty good. You pay back a lot of those. Huh. I wonder why it only shows one hard clue scroll dropping. I must have been confused. Definitely got two. One of them I had to throw out, which is very sad. Alright, my inventory's full again. We're gonna have prayer XP for days once I finish doing all these ensouled heads. But we're not quite at 68 hit points, so I'm going to go ahead and warp out, deposit this stuff, minigame teleport back, and then come back to the spot. See you in a bit. Hey, ranged 72.
We have 4 more kills to get to hit point 68. I'm not getting the Black Mask. I feel a little bad. I feel like this was kind of a waste of time. Time that could have been better spent leveling something necessary for the quest cape. You know, like Slayer. It would have leveled ranged and hit points at the same time, but I couldn't have possibly known coming into this that we would have exceeded the kill count and not gotten the drop. I think the statistics on that, I think this is just generally true, that whenever you have like a 1 in X chance of happening, if you get X tries, that means there's a 66% chance that it should have happened. So we're in the 1/3 chance that it didn't happen space, which is kind of a bummer. I do wish there was some kind of PRNG here for rare items like this, that if you go dry for a certain number of kills, that it slowly increases the chance of it dropping, but I feel like this community would not be on board with that. Oh hey, I also apparently hit base level, or total level 1450, so we're getting pretty close to being able to access the 1500 servers. I think that will happen before the quest cape, because I think we need at least 50 more levels across everything in order to get the quest cape. There's hit point 68. Okay, this would be too poetic for that last one to drop it, right? And that's going to wrap the episode here. Thanks, folks. I'll let you guys know what's coming up next episode. Alright, so next episode I think we're going to start with burning through all these ensouled heads, getting all the prayer XP. I think we'd probably be able to hit 59 prayer. Not 60, but probably hit 59. I might have to do some bank organization, because I'm getting to the point where I only have like 9 slots remaining. Ooh. We're going to do some Slayer grinding. I'd like to get Slayer out of the way and get whatever combat level we end up getting out of that. What else is in the future here? Questing, obviously. I don't know what quest we're going to do. List of quests. So, Legends quest is still up there. Kind of don't want to do a long one, though. I could do the last few intermediate quests. I think we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 intermediate quests left. I think all of them are long, though. Yeah, Slug Menace, Cold War, Darkness of Hallowell, Wanted, and Tilla 2 Cats. Do some combination of those. But we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.